Hello everybody, welcome in today's video. In today's video, we're going to go over the midweek analysis, seeing how the markets have evolved since the markets opened and what potential opportunities we have to take in order to get good trades before the market actually closes on Friday, right? So let's dive right into it. If that sounds interesting to you, please do stick with us until the end. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell notification, and share with a few friends that you believe the video will be of value to them. Now, we're going to start off with JPYX. Obviously, as you can see here, on the bigger picture, we had prices creating a potential head and shoulders pattern, right? So we had this head and shoulders pattern here, and prices had just reached on the neckline where there was a confluence of the descending trend line and this resistance. Now, we were saying if prices break above here, we're going to look for a continuation. However, we are also going to be looking for prices kind of bouncing off this structure here and being pushed lower. So it looks like prices have failed to break above, and they're actually being rejected by a very strong force. You can see here prices are being rejected and they're now pushing lower, right? So we can see here on Monday, prices gave us a bearish engulfing candlestick, that indicating that prices are now going to be looking to go short. Now, if we look on the 4 hours, we can see prices have now created a downward structure. Like we had a high, we had a low, and then prices created a lower high, and now they've created a lower low. So the trend has officially changed. Now on the JPYX, we'll be looking for prices to keep on pushing lower all the way until they reach somewhere down here. But obviously, our first targets will be somewhere here on where the right shoulder was. So that should give us potential trading opportunities on the Japanese yen for prices to keep on dropping on the Japanese yen. And obviously, since we know that the Japanese yen is inversely correlated to most of the pairs that have the Japanese yen, since most of them have it as its quote currency, most of them will be inversely correlated to it. So let's look at them. Such as JPYX, USDJPYX. This is one of the first examples which is inversely correlated. So you can see prices are actually going higher. I didn't share this trade with you guys in the free group. So as you can see here, prices are pushing higher. Structure has also changed. This is the most recent broken structure. So for us to take a trade, we'll obviously opt for us to look for a continuation trade. Nice. We'll be looking for prices to kind of give us a retest or a retracement, at least on this structure here, because this trend line is way far before it actually continues to hit our first targets, which our first targets will be somewhere here. And then once these targets are hit, our second targets will be somewhere up here. Right? So this is how I anticipate to see USDJPY to play out in the future or this week. A little bit of retracement. First trade, targets here. Second trade, targets up there. We got Gbpjpy. Prices have broken these structures here. This was the most recent high. No, not most recent, but you know, highs. These were the most recent highs. So prices did break that. Now the targets that should be aiming for are up here. As you can see on the left-hand side, it's a clean slate, clean source. All that is straightforward. So we should be looking for prices to push all the way until up there. However, we know that we are break and retest traders. So we should be looking for some kind of a retracement somewhere here on this structure before you actually look for buys, for prices to push all the way until up there, right? If not on that structure, we should be looking for retracements on this structure. That's what I'm anticipating to see on Gbpjpy. Same thing with Eurojpy. Structures have changed. So we had these as lows. Prices had created these highs, higher lows, and now we are having a higher high after breaking this high. So we should be anticipating to see prices keep on pushing higher. Okay. So I don't want to use this because that was the most recent high. So perhaps doing this will actually make much more sense. And this being the low. So prices will have broken above this, should I say, a descending triangle pattern. So we should be looking for kind of a retracement on this triangle pattern before we get that continuation for prices to push all the way until they reach about 148,000. So this is what I'm anticipating to see happen on JPYX in this future. We got GJ. Now, if we look at it from a daily perspective, prices were still converging in this triangle pattern. Like, we didn't get a breakout. Down here, we had prices kind of breaking out, but all these were false breakouts. As you can see, prices were being rejected and pushed higher. So our bias never played out. We never got trading opportunity. However, currently we can see prices are now pushing higher. Prices are now pushing higher above this trend line. So today, if prices close with this candlestick above this trend line, then obviously that will be a solid break, and we should be looking for a continuation for prices to push all the way until the beginning of this trend, somewhere up there at about 172. So obviously, this has a bigger probability of happening. So GJ, I'm obviously going to be bullish biased, seeing how prices will react until they reach somewhere up there. We got Cadjpy. This is on the daily perspective. Prices are looking to go bullish crazy. However, we can see like on the daily perspective, on the 4-hour perspective, prices kind of broke out of this. Is this a head and shoulders pattern? I'm just noticing this. Look at this. It's kind of an inverse head and shoulders pattern. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, right? And prices have broken above that. So obviously, we should be looking for some kind of a retracement as prices have already advanced so far. We shouldn't take a trade now because we'll just be jumping on the trend. We should wait for the prices to retrace to give us the best buying opportunity, best buying prices before we actually look for that continuation to ride the trend all the way until somewhere about 100, somewhere up here. So that's my bias on Cadjpy and how I'm anticipating prices to play out in this near future, right? By the way, I'm removing AUSD from my watch list, and I'm going to do it right now live. AUSD is out of my watch list officially. All right, cool. Now we're going to look at USD DXY. Obviously, you understand like DXY is inversely correlated to JPYX. So now that JPYX is dropping, DXY, we should be seeing it buying, right? We should be seeing DXY buying. So we're going to be looking for prices to push high until they reach here as the first targets. And once they reach there, we should be looking for prices to push until they reach about 105 as the second target. So DXY, let's get it. USDJPY, obviously, we're going to be looking for buys on this trade, as it's positively correlated to DXY. We're going to be looking for buys on this one. I don't really trade that much USDJPY. However, this is my bias with it. So I'll be looking for prices to, break above here, give me some kind of a retest before I actually see that continuation happen. So that's how I'm anticipating it to play out. Right? Yeah. We got USDJPY, obviously same thing because it's positively correlated with US dollar. I'll be looking for a retracement before you take that continuation. We got EURUSD. I'm going to look for prices to sell, prices to drop in this thing in it. I'm trying to perfect my UK English. I don't know what you mean, but I believe that EURUSD is going to drop down here, in it. I know I got a long way to go. So I'm going to anticipate EURUSD to keep on playing out this way bearish. We have 1 hour and 30 minutes until this 4-hour closes, and after that, it's a drop. It's gonna drip. It's gonna drop. First targets will be here. Second targets will be all the way down there. Okay, we got GU. With GU, we can see prices kind of, still in this bullish trend, unlike EURUSD that has already created a bearish trend. I'm bearish biased on this thing too, but I'm not really going to be taking a trade now because the trend is still bullish, and trading against the trend is always dumb. So I'm not really going to be taking any trades on GU, but I'm bearish biased. Gold, I'm going to be looking for sells. However, right now, we don't have a confirmation yet, so we are going to be watching it closely. However, I'm bearish biased on this thing. So should prices break below this structure here, I'm going to be looking for sells. Sells, first targets somewhere here. The beginning of the trend, we obviously know that. And once prices break below the lowest point here, it's a clean slate all the way until somewhere down here. As you can see, it's a free throw. We don't have any resistance whatsoever, so it should be a beautiful drop. So that's what I'm anticipating to see happen on gold. Now, with that being said, that was the last pair of the day. I hope you've enjoyed this analysis. We use pure price action that's very easy to use, has been back tested, and it is solid, profitable, since we always used it with our 4-year. We've been trading it, using it 4 years in the game, and it has been solid, giving us profitable, consistent trades, right? So if you want to learn it, we have a link to our course in the description below. You want to check that out. So with that being said, I appreciate you watching so far. If you found value in the video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on that bell notification so that you'll be notified whenever we release content like this, and share with a few friends that you believe they'll find value in the video. With that being said, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you staying with us until the end. Take it easy out there.